Hello and welcome to another episode of the Tejano Traveler. I'm your host Wally, and today we are starting off the Texas Tropical Trail, which is my favorite trail in Texas so far. And we're starting off here in Cotulla, Texas, at the Brush Country Museum. Now, this historic museum in Cotulla showcases what life was like back then on this town in the Brushlands of South Texas. It's about an hour and a half or so south of San Antonio, straight on 35. And for the past 29 years, I have been passing Cotulla on my way between Austin and Laredo, back and forth, so many different times. And never once did I bother to actually stop there and actually learn about what this place is. It's about an hour away from Laredo, and that's usually when I text my mom and tell her, like, hey, I'm in Cotulla. I'll be there in an hour. Have my favorite enchiladas, favorite milanesa ready for me. Or that's when I text my nephew and I say, hey, I'm an hour away. Get ready to go to Denny's. But anyways, there's a lot to know about this town. It's very interesting. I did not know there was so much here, which is what excites me about the Texas Tropical Trail. It's all of South Texas, and I never quite knew there was so much there. But this Rush Museum pretty much tells you the history of Cotulla. It shows you who's lived there, what they've done, shows you some of the artifacts of people who served in war, and I think this is the first casualty of World War I, if I remember correctly. And then there he is, the man of the hour, Joseph Cotulla, who the town was named after. And let's learn a little bit about him. He was from Poland, the Silesian area of Poland to be exact. And he arrived in around the 1868, I think, where he found some artesian wells and was able to start a goat ranch there in Cotulla, and eventually found out that the railroad was going to be passing through the area, and he decided to donate some of his land to make sure that there was a railroad there. So they started the city of Cotulla, and they have a statue of him there. And is it just me, or does he have some junk in that trunk? Interesting. Anyways, Joseph Cotulla eventually became the reason why Cotulla exists, and there's a lot of history behind him. He was a pretty amazing man, a lot of history behind him, and apparently at one point there were two Cotullas from the area, one from San Antonio and Joseph Cotulla, and they met at the Menger Hotel and decided who's going to be the real Cotulla. And they flipped a coin, and the other Cotulla won, so Joseph Cotulla changed his name to Cotulla with a C instead of the traditional Cotulla with the K, which is what you have in the Polish language. And they still have his burial grounds there. Another interesting point about Cotulla is that President Lyndon Baines Johnson served here. He taught here for a while. I think he was even an administrator for about a year or two. And this is a place where he decided that, you know what, we needed to do more for public education. So when he became president, he remembered his time here, and he decided to start the Head Start program and make some changes to public education. Anyways, that's Cotulla for you. Like I said, it's an interesting town, so go ahead and check it out. But thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye-bye.